A Prince Freddie sleep story. The message in the bottle. Prince Freddie found the bottle at the tideline, a dark green wine bottle with 2 barnacles near the base. He bent his nose close. Beeswax. Something underneath. The cork came out. Inside, rolled tightly, was a piece of paper. Freddie unrolled it carefully with both paws and read. The message said, "I am writing from a long way off, though I cannot tell you precisely how far. I want to describe what I remember while the details are still sharp. The beach, gold at low tide, dark and firm at high. A lighthouse that sweeps the water every 12 seconds. A cafe where they sometimes drop bits of jamon, not by accident. An old stone fountain in the village above, with a silver fish inside. The fish listens to the square's business and finds it mostly good. Each morning, before the tourists, a corgi walks the tideline, wearing a small crown. He walks as if the whole coast belongs to him, which, in a way, it does. These are the things I remember. I am writing them down, so they are kept. There was no signature. Freddie read it twice. Then he sat down on the sand and looked at the sea for a long moment. The lighthouse swept 12 seconds. Marisol was in the fountain. Someone had written this down. Freddie climbed toward the harbour. He rolled the message carefully, tucked it back into the bottle, and trotted up to the harbour. Señor Tiempo was at his workbench, fitting a new escapement into a clock the size of a fist. He set down his tools and took the message in his steady hands. He studied the paper. He held it to the light. He carried it to the window and examined the handwriting for a long time. The small brass clock ticked toward 3:15. The grandfather clock swung faster. "Quieto," Señor Tiempo said. The pendulum settled. "The paper is old," he said. "The content is present." He handed back the message. He glanced at the grandfather clock. They know that too. Freddie went next to the village square. Marisol was in her pool, turning slowly in the still water, a single orange blossom drifting on the surface. She read the message from the water, the paper held just at the pool's edge. She was quiet for longer than Señor Tiempo. "I don't know the hand," she said. "From when?" Freddie said. "The stone doesn't know," Marisol said. Freddie walked back down to the beach as the afternoon came in warm and long across the sand. He stood at the tideline, at the exact place where he had found the bottle that morning. The second tide was already beginning its approach, the water feeling its way up the sand in thin, clear sheets. He held the bottle in his paws. He rolled the message back into the bottle, pressed the cork in, held the glass cool and solid in his paws, the barnacles rough under his pads. Then he set it at the water's edge. The tide took it. He watched until it was past the breaking waves and moving with purpose. Then Freddie turned for home. The cottage was warm ahead of him, its kitchen window lit. The smell of lunch still in the air, something with bread and something with cheese. In his bowl, a small piece had been set aside. He ate it. This was the cheese tax, which was his right, and his human understood this perfectly. His human was at the table, with a cup going cool in front of them. They looked up when Freddie came in, then at the windowsill, then back at Freddie, and smiled. The kind of smile that does not require anything back. Then his human looked back at what they were doing. After a while, Freddie went to the bed. He circled once, twice, 3 times. Then, on the last circle, his body went sideways toward his human's leg. He was down. The warmth was along his whole left side. His human's hand found the ridge of his back and moved once, unhurried. It went from his shoulders to the tip of his tail and was still. His tail rested where it was. Outside, the lighthouse swept. 12 seconds. 12 seconds. Sleep well, Prince Freddie. The bottle is past the breakers now, moving with the current.